There's another key. Don't sign a long-term agreement. Some of the stupidest stuff I ever hear, dumbest things. Oh, we got to keep doing it pay-per-click for 6 months. What? Like what? When did pay-per-click get applied an organic thing? And organic, by the way, doesn't take 6 months anymore anyway. Anybody worth their salt knows that Google downgraded some of the trust and tenure, not trust, but tenure. If you're popping on all cylinders, you can get organic going to please you enough to continue it within 90 days. But people use the old stuff from long ago, go, no, you got to do this 6 to 12 months before it works. Well, that was something said about organic a couple of years back. And now pay-per-click, people pick that up. Oh, you got to keep doing it. Well, why? It's a direct response vehicle. I've got a good looking site and some reviews. What more does the HVAC client need? Okay, guys, it's Nolan Walker here with HVAC Webmasters. I've got a really good one for you today. We're going to talk about how not to get screwed by HVAC marketing agencies. How not to get screwed by HVAC marketing agencies. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff here, but I'm going to start with your Google My Business account. A lot of people want their Google My Business account to work. The fact of the matter is it's many things that go into it. It's not just a review, and it's because go and type in words for AC repair in your city or heating or furnace or whatever, and you will find that there's people at the top that don't necessarily have the most leads. So some of these people have, less leads. Somebody else might have 100, reviews. Somebody else may have like 100 more reviews or 200 more reviews. It's because it's multitudes of things. It has to do with all kinds of Google algorithmic stuff that they don't tell anybody about, but one could assume branded signaling, work on a website. I definitely know that content pages on the website help the map show up more because Google doesn't always know what services you perform. And a page of content not only helps the organic side of things show up, but filters back through the map and helps the map show up because it's mentioned on the page and it's coded well. So there's a lot of things that go into whether or not your map shows up. But a lot of people will call and go, I want my GMB. I need to be in that pack 3 at the top. I want to be in that thing. And so I understand you want to be in it, but this is one place people get messed around. Somebody calls up and says, oh, we can get you up there. We'll get you in the Google Map pack. Now we're going to do a few things here. And you're gonna have to let us put up our own website. And they won't quite say it like this, but this is what they'll do. You've got a website already. I actually had a client that I picked up that had this happen to them. And one of the biggest things that was going on with them was that they had a 5-year-old website, and somebody put up a brand new website that was horrible, by the way, and attached it to their Google My Business button, the website button. Google now says, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? Got a new website up here. We've got Google Webmaster rules and Google quality guidelines that says that you can't have more than one website per location, per business, per service, roughly. That's the roughness of it. Because if somebody had 10 websites, or they could take up all the search results, and that wouldn't be a good search engine, would it? So Google isn't going to let you have 2. You're just not going to get them. And you don't want to try to cheat them and all that. It's not worth the effort. Work and do it properly and get up and rank and have great benefit off of organic SEO. So what's Google going to do? They're going to stare at that and go, wow, man, you're giving up a 5-year-old domain that had a chance of getting up and ranking if you've done a lot of stuff better for this new cruddy one? Okay, all right. So we're going to watch you. And then 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, eventually they go, whoop. They subordinate your old domain. It loses all of its authority. It gets penalized and goes to second page. Now, lucky for this guy, I was talking to him. Hang on a sec. I was talking to him. I said, hey, you got to get rid of that thing now, because Google's going to eventually say, all right, that's your website, right? And I explained the whole thing. You're going to lose this old tenured one. But, say, Nolan, why would they do that, in case you hadn't figured? Well, no other reason but to control you. There's only a couple of reasons you might change the name of the domain. It is absolutely, if it's a strong old domain, you just don't change it. Now, if it's brand new, I saw a guy the other day that had a year-old one, but he didn't have, he did not have any ranking. He didn't have a Google My Business account. It's in horrible shape, and he didn't know how to find it. So if you couldn't find it, you couldn't get it back. It was brand new. It had been spammed and was penalized by inbound links. You can't fix that stuff very easily. And if it was already jacked, you might actually change it. But that's in the extreme rare cases. I mean, and if it was older and jacked, you might still try to fix it. That's how powerful it is to have it. So why would somebody do it? Well, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. It's because this person, they were dealing with one person, sold them a bill of goods, all the hooey about how great it's going to be. They fell for it, probably paid nothing. That's part of the problem too. Guys, if it, you know, I had a big long conversation with somebody about, oh, this guy does it for 99 bucks. Okay, what, you know, what's different? And I said, well, that's a glorified hosting fee. They could never will do anything. They go, well, they said they're going to do this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, what do you do for $99? Well, that's not the same. I mean, they don't say that to me, but that's what I know they're thinking. Well, that's not the same. I know there's ways to sprinkle magic gold dust on stuff and pixie dust and make stuff happen in your industry. You guys just work for free. I can't get people out of Mumbai, India to do, you know, people don't even work in Mumbai for $99 like that. That's glorified hosting fees. They don't do anything. That's a song and dance. That's a shuck and jive routine, man. That's all that is. So that's probably part of it. Had somebody lying to him going on this. He wanted to fall for it. I want to fall for this because it's so cheap. And she's saying, there's a female in this case, she's saying everything I wanted to hear. And then, oh, work, bro. She put up a new website. Oh, no, sir. Hey, why I got a new website up? Sir, we got to get a new website up. It's important. I put this keyword in it. It's made by Google. They like their own websites, even though it looks like dog crap and you know. And then so to this guy's credit, though, within 90 days, he calls me, says, hey, I want to check on services. And I got into it. And I said, hey, we'll get back to this later. You got 2 sites, new one on your GMB. Went through other stuff with him and came back. And he's like, kind of by the end of the conversation, well, I knew something was going on. I said, well, you know what? Something's going on. Change it before you lose your old site. Because then you lose it. And when you search the guy's name in the city, it would pull up his old site first. And then the new one that was on the GMB account was like number 7 down here. And so I know that they hadn't done this yet and recognized the new one. So they still had time to fix it. Not a good thing, though. It's not like it made Google feel good about it. It's like, hey, this guy is great. He put up a bogus website and then took it down before we changed it. No, it's like, what the hell's going on over there? You don't get like batted down necessarily, but it doesn't help anything. If you imagine the algorithm as counting points, he lost some points. There's trust there. There's a trust issue that kind of, who was this third party you brought into this relationship? We were doing so good here. That's a weird one. So anyway, don't let somebody commandeer your Google account. Bad, bad, bad. You're supposed to be working on your brand. Google's the biggest place you can go get leads. It's your best return on investment. 75% of people go to organic. 87% of the public, depending on what reports you listen to, search for their services on Google, especially like home services like HVAC, HVAC repair and stuff, right? AC repair. They're going to Google and then they're looking at people and checking their reviews and looking at the map and looking at the organic, and by God, you want it and you want to do it properly, and don't let somebody take it from you. Take as much as they can get, and then we work on someone else's behalf to help support their brand so the digital signaling gets done properly within the rules of Google, the way they like, and set up a bunch of different stuff. And this isn't, I could tell you all that, but that's not what this one's about. So let's go into some other things. Nolan, how else can I not get screwed by HVAC marketing agencies? I'm glad you asked. So some of the biggest stuff going, if y'all have listened to me for very long, is putting everything in one big package. Hey, come over. It's the big show. It's going to be great. The greatest show on earth. You come over here to our camp and we'll just treat you so good. Now it's going to cost you thousands. How much you got? I'm sorry, how much was that? Oh, $3,000 a month. You're too cheap. How about 5? How about 4? So it's a used car deal, and then they bundle it all. So we're going to do your SEO. We're going to do your pay-per-click. We're going to do your mapping and management. We're going to set up some Facebook posts, and we're going to do landing pages and funneling and drip email campaigns. It's going to be fantastic. You just need to give us all your money. How much can you afford? Oh, it's going to be great. Well, $3,000. No, it's going to be great. Okay, $5,000. All right, we'll sign up. 6 months. Need some money down too, because it's a lot of work we got to do. So money down. You're like, oh, that sounds illogical. Like 6 months. Well, if this works like you say it does, I'll pay it, sir. Those are customers' famous last words. If this works like you say it, I'll do it forever, ever. Go, yes, sir. It's the big dog and pony show. We're going to do SEO up in rankings and mapping and man stuff on pay-per-click you ain't never seen before, landing pages and funneling and emails and Facebook and posts and blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the problem with it. Most stuff, once you go past organic, that's the common thread. It's the one marketing technique that works for all home services, organic. You get up there, you get a good deal on organic. If you can get up in ranking and you can get in pack 3 map, show up in organic, have your reviews, hundreds of percent better than anything else. Here's the problem. You start paying for clicks, start paying for posts on Facebook and Instagram, start paying for leads and other stuff. None of that stuff works as good. None of it. I've done this for years. It flip-flops. So, you got 85% of people interested in organic, paying for a long time. You got like 15% that can last on other stuff. Can other stuff work? Sure it can. Lots of people pay for clicks. Lots of people pay Facebook, Instagram. Lots of people pay Home Advisor, Yelp, Angie's List, right? I'm not saying anything bad about any of that stuff. It just doesn't return as good as the organic side. So how do you do this? Well, you don't, for one thing, I'm going to say at this point, and this is something new I'm saying, don't give all your money to one person to do all the work. I know it's a bit of a hassle for you to do something else, but there's one common thread with all the people that take the money for a bulk campaign. They're horrible at SEO. They don't even touch it usually. The rule of thumb, and I'm not saying anything about any one party, but if you're dealing with a HVAC marketing agency, the rule of thumb, if they get $5,000 out of you, spend half or a little more on their fees. And the travesty to that is that they're bad at SEO and don't do the SEO very well. Very little goes into that. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, get somebody great at SEO like HVAC Webmasters, HVAC SEO for us. We have all kinds of good stuff, very inexpensive, very tight, a lot of stuff done. Month to month, there's another key. Don't sign a long-term agreement. Some of the stupidest stuff I ever hear, dumbest things. Oh, we got to keep doing it pay-per-click for 6 months. What? Like what? When did pay-per-click get applied an organic thing? And organic, by the way, doesn't take 6 months anymore anyway. Anybody worth their salt knows that Google downgraded some of the trust and tenure, not trust, but tenure. If you're popping on all cylinders, you can get organic going to please you enough to continue it within 90 days. But people use the old stuff from long ago, go, no, you got to do this 6 to 12 months before it works. Well, that was something said about organic a couple of years back. And now pay-per-click, people pick that up. Oh, you got to keep doing it. Well, why? It's a direct response vehicle. I've got a good looking site and some reviews. What more does the HVAC client need to continue to see the ad for months on end as I hemorrhage and bleed out my side, about to die from getting shanked by my HVAC marketing agency? No, thank you. No, thank you. So try something for a month. You might try PPC for 6 weeks. And the only reason I say pay-per-click for 6 weeks, because it might take a couple of weeks to get the ad going. Somebody might argue 2 months. I'd be getting fishy at that point, because they do check the quality score and the conversion of the little ads that go up for your pay-per-click. So, what else? Do not, this is a big one, absolutely do not give the party, even if you got it. So you say, okay, Nolan, I got this guy, I think he's good at pay-per-click or social media. If it's social media, it's 1 month. If it's pay-per-click, it might be 6 weeks or 2 months max. And then I'm HVAC, so I'm like, okay, fine. 2 months on pay-per-click because they got to get the little ad generating properly. 1 month on Facebook because that stuff just blows and goes in front of people's faces that you pay for. You're not going to brand people. You're not branding on Facebook to your entire audience on a little distribution. That's a whole different topic. You could brand, but you're not for what people are charging for on this stuff. Month to month, maybe 2 months on PPC because a little ad, but then how much do you spend, Nolan? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to be tight as a drum with this. People go throw flagrant money around. They make you think that you have to spend $5,000, $10,000. If my average HVAC job makes me, I'm going to say $750 net profit on an average job. It may not be true. Don't get on to me about it. Let's use $500 for easy money. $500. $500. If I can't get a lead to work in the $500 range, I'm out. I'm out. So I spend, you might double it. You're like, I don't care. I'm going to make sure it doesn't work. Okay, $1,000. Double your lead costs that you get on your average profit. Because if you can't get one of those for that amount of money, you do not need to continue the model. That's an exercise in insanity. So let's say that your average profit's $500. You're going to run on Google for 2 months. You could do something like about $1,000. And then same thing for Facebook. Somebody says, I've got the best thing since sliced bread. And we funnel and whip it up one side and down the other and drip email them and get emails, and they come in the top and flow out the bottom, and it's just phenomenal. Okay, fine. $1,000. Oh no, we need $10,000. I want $2,000 for 6 months. I'm best thing since sliced bread. You got to believe me. You got to sign 6 months. It's best. Come on, PowerPoint. Hey, you got time tomorrow at 3 p.m.? Let's do a Zoom meeting. I got a PowerPoint presentation going to blow your mind. So guys, you get the point, right? So absolutely hooey. Get a month out. Get a $500 job. If you can't get a $500 job back out, horrible deal. You want to double down? $1,000. $1,000. What do they charge? Now here's a big key point coming up. Listen close on this one. If you're going to spend a lot of money, even a little bit of money, let's say you're going to spend $2,000 for 1 month on a Facebook campaign or $2,000 for 1 month on a pay-per-click campaign. I do not want you to give that individual all $2,000. So here's what you do. Hey, super fantastic lead generating machine, self-proclaimed master of all leads. How much are you for your service? Oh, I'm just $500 a month. I'm $350. I'm $400. Okay, great. So I want in writing that we're going to do a month, and your fee is separate from where my money gets spent. Meaning that if I'm with Google, I'd better see the debits coming from Google and say, oh, we do it that way. Write it down. Write it down. I'll pay you $500. I'm going to put $1,000 of them, $1,500 in for 1 month or whatever, 6 weeks, 2 months. Don't do it any other way. You know, Nolan, man, you're cynical. I am cynical. I know that I'm guessing in what I've heard over 10 years that and this has progressed this way, the industry standard normal, I'm not making stuff up. Industry standard normal, if I had to gut check it, is over 50% of people by far take 50% of your money or more and cloud it with a third-party report. And you think they spent more than they did. And you're like, it just didn't work well. Nah, they didn't spend your money, man. So you can go with a agency that has high integrity and ethics and automatically get a better result on paid stuff because they did what I call transparent billing as opposed to what I call black box billing. The black box, you don't know what's going on. It's a big show. Confuse them, dazzle them. That's what happens. I'm not done yet, though. Okay, so, one thing that people like me for, I'm skilled, I've got resources, dozens of people work here, hundreds of clients, done this for 10 years. I got no reason at my time in this business and what I'm doing to pull any punches, to not tell it like it is. It's just, it is what it is. I want long-term relationships that stick and are healthy. I make no money if somebody comes on and runs screaming in 6 months because they spent so much. I don't do black box billing anyway. But so if you're going to go out, for one thing, if you don't ever pay anything, we are a really good deal. We're not $99. We're hundreds. We're not thousands. We're hundreds. But if you don't pay enough for labor, I mean, when someone starts arguing about what $99 buys, it's a glorified hosting fee and a ridiculous conversation. You can't buy software hardly. You can't integrate stuff. Nobody can work on setting it up. You're going to get template, copied content, trash with a little sales routine to keep it. That's all that pays for. All that pays for, that person was going to pay $299 down, and they were talking to some Americans supposedly. You need Americans, but even the American, I mean, what can an American do for $99? I don't care if it's a depression, COVID-19. No, sir. $99 don't cut it. So you got to pay enough to get something. Otherwise, you're not even in the game and do anything. Let's talk about other stuff. This isn't all about organic either. I just like organic. So let's talk about how to try a service. I'm going to repeat this 1 month at a time, maybe 2. I'll give a little bit more credit to like an Angie's List or a Home Advisor. I know a lot of you have strong opinions about things. Some people like these services, some don't, and I'm not here to contest that. I'm just here to tell you about what I would do if I were you. So in your lifetime, if you ever find 2 or 3 marketing techniques that work, I know one of those is organic, no doubt in my mind. And we'll talk about more organic and other videos and podcasts. The other 2 you got to search for. There's a dozen different things out there: Thumbtack and Angie's List and Home Advisor and Yelp and Facebook and Instagram and pay-per-click and different types of pay-per-click and paid stuff and remarketing, retargeting, and pixel tracking, and there's lots of stuff. So you try it a little quick. You get in, you get out. You do a little punch. If it doesn't work, you take your little basket of eggs and money and you run. So 30 days, don't lock me in. I don't want to listen to your pitch, but I want to try your stuff. I've researched stuff. I think I'll try that one. This is name brand. I've heard of it. I've heard of this one. I've heard of that one. Try pull, try pull, try pull, try pull, win. Fail, 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 win. So if you go into one of these and you give all your money out and somebody black box bills you and you do that like 6 months and then 6 months again, I mean, these are problematic things, right? Most of this stuff won't work for the average person anyway. It has to work for you. I'd also call this. I'd be calling them, I take the calls. You got to know if it works. Don't send it to somebody. Take the call. If you can't take the call, don't try the marketing technique. Seriously, you shouldn't even try it. You're not taking the call. You just flat out will never know. Like, I track my people. Like, nah, come on. You take the call and find out. Try for 30 days, pull. Try for 30 days, pull. Loser, 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 win. Loser, 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 win. All losers. Something like that's going to happen to you. They won't return as well as organic, but something else will return. So let's see, I'm running out of juice here. Let me make sure I hit all the points I wanted to hit with you guys on this. 1 month at a time, no long-term agreements, no black box billing, demand to have it in writing to split the payment. That goes directly with Google. That goes directly with Facebook or Instagram. You better put my card there. I got it in writing. You heard me. Your fees separate. I want 6 months. You want in one hand and crap in the other, sir. Not doing it. So don't let them screw you. Don't let them do it. Watch your business. Let me see. PPC, card, direct, Facebook. Okay. I got an idea for you for Facebook. It's a bonus one. Bonus for Facebook. I'm very cynical about all the Facebook stuff, people buying courses, working from home. I have empathy, I guess, for somebody trying to start a business. I absolutely don't have empathy for somebody that started a business, realized they couldn't do it, and screw people out of money. No resources, no skills, bad service, lie to people and take their money. So can it work on Facebook? Here's my idea on Facebook. So here's your bonus before I get off phone or off of this. The bonus is that if you're not willing to get a little bit social, if you don't have a little Grant Cardone in you or a little Gary Vee, and not a lot, like 5%, those guys are all over the top. But if you're like, I don't like to show up online, I just like to go fix the HVAC system, just forget about social media then. Unless your spouse is going to be able to do it or something else, just forget about it. That is one of them, because it is social media, because it's social. People are meant to, they want to see you, they want to see your company, want to see stuff, so they want to see videos, they want to see stuff going on, they want to connect with you in some way. And if you can't provide that, just don't do it. So I don't do posts for people anymore. It's like, I'm not going to do a post about, I don't know, National Groundhog Day or this day or Happy 4th of July. It's like, not that I'm not patriotic. Nobody wants to see a stupid picture of fireworks on your site with your logo over it. It's like you just like wasted 5 seconds of their life on Earth. So if you can't get social on social media, and I'm not talking about your family eating dinner, I'm talking about integrating with human beings that work at your company and the business. I'm not going to say HVAC's the most interesting thing in the world for people to watch. It's a hell of a lot more interesting if you're actually saying, hey, man, we just did this job. You wouldn't believe what happened, you know? Or I'm up here on the roof doing this rooftop AC unit. It's pretty cool. Check out the view, man. Something, anything. So if you can't do that, just drop it and don't waste your money. If you can do a little bit of that and you want to go after something, I'm going to give you a little hint on something. Go after a true branding. I like this one. Try to get referral partners for your HVAC business. Realtors, they're my favorite probably to mention, because their job is to network and talk to people. So my goal might be to get 1,000 real estate agents that are job title that. So in demographics, the job title, not interest. That's a black hole of money spent. No, realtors that are job title realtors, maybe insurance agents, not so much. They don't talk to anybody really. I mean, they might, but maybe building managers. There won't be hardly any of those, but there'll be a decent amount of realtors. So in your market, your goal could be to get 500 real estate agents to like your site. And then they like your site, and then you start boosting a post out to them once a week or every 2 weeks. Once you get up to like 100 of them, you start boosting posts. You don't put any money into it hardly. Enough, and whatever little money is nothing to you. Like $20 a week, you're like, I burned that and don't sleep well at night. So you got a little page promotion going, real estate agents in a 30-mile radius of the job title only. And then you put an ad up in front of them that you made that said, hey, like, you know, check us out. And they're going to network. They'll go, oh, I kind of need to know who an HVAC company is. And so you put them up, and then they start seeing your ad come up. Hey, we're nice guys. Check us out. Check out this job. Check out that job. Check out this guy in the office. Check out that girl in the office. Check me out on video every couple of weeks. And you don't want 10,000 people. Why? Because you have to up the amount of the posts that you send out every time. you'd absolutely go broke in a heartbeat on social media if you tried to boost post to everybody in your market or brand to them. You cannot brand to everybody. But if you got 500 people that talk, that are little referral agents for you that you branded to, that might be something good. I'm not guaranteeing it, but that's a lot better idea than what most people do on social media. Hey, I got this loudmouth talking kid that says he can set the world on fire. And then you do it and you're like, no, and I hate all HVAC digital marketing agencies. HVAC digital marketing agencies are horrible. All marketers are horrible. Well, you don't have to let them screw you. You don't have to listen to their nonsense. You realize that they're probably sitting at home trying to get a few beans to put in a pot off of your hard-earned money. So keep it in mind, understand what it is. And on the Facebook, do it yourself. By God, do it yourself. It's made like 1 billion people do it themselves. And somebody's going to hook up some silly funneling program and drive tons of emails into it. I doubt it. So anyway, guys, if I hook you up with something, if my company works with you, I absolutely won't hook you up with something I don't think is going to work well. We'll talk about it. And you ask me to do organic, I'll say, yes, sir. And then I'll give you my 2 cents on the best thing to do, respectfully. I tell everybody I'm Texas straightforward and Texas polite. You paying me, as long as you're not cussing me out or talking bad about my mama or something, and we'll be fine. I'll be respectful, we'll work, and I'll say, you say go, snap, we work. Call me sometime. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this one. I liked it. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you.